Jay and I and Rusty, we just kind of fumbled our way through that, trying to
What year was this?
This was 93, starting in 1993. And then more and more students became interested in vocal music, learning how to sing country music here at South Plains College. And we had so many more students, we had to hire originally another part-time vocal teacher, young Mickey Vasquez. Mickey took this very seriously. I mean, really seriously. She took it so seriously that out of her own pocket, she paid to go to California and study with Dave Stroud and Seth Riggs. That's the beginning of the curriculum that you now work with.
Me?
You want to take it from there?
Oh, what do I say?
Would you like me to speak for you?
No, probably not. It would be a good idea. So I knew that what did Stuart say earlier? Knowing what you don't know? Is that one of his lines? There you go. I knew, I was intrigued by this book, but I didn't know how to do any of it. So
None of us did. That was a
Well, y'all were what, just doing it anyway?
Well,
Excellent.
you know how it is.
I'm
when
too
you,
honest for that.
well, but you know when you listen to somebody, in any case, I mean, you listen to Stevie Wonder sing, and you're like, my God, it's Stevie Wonder. And he sings with this range, and he writes in that range, but physically, the big mystery is, well, how do you do that? Well, I knew a couple of people, I've heard a couple of people that I actually knew personally that could do that. And I was, how do you do that? Because when I go up there, it's like this.
Right.
And when everybody else that I knew goes up there, it's like this. Or it's like that, and then it quits.
Right.
And that was, what do you do? Well, there's a tape of a guy who's able to go mum, 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 and it sounds the same all the way up and down. And you're like, well, okay, mum, 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 mum. How do you do that? And it says right here in the book how you do it. Well, you say mum, and you say ma, and that's how you do it.
Well, we originally followed the John Harton method, which was when he was hired as a guitar instructor, but he wound up having to teach all these other instruments. And he said, my goal was basically to stay one lesson ahead of my student.
Right?
We did that a bit.
In a way.
Honestly, I felt super responsible working with somebody's voice, and I didn't want to mess it up. And I knew there was something to this. I was a bit intrigued. I sort of wondered if it was as good as it sounded too. So I was curious. So we started bringing the guys in to teach us, and it just went nuts.
Well, I don't want to diminish the fact that this woman did take it upon herself at her own expense and went and set up a lesson with Dave Stroud because she was that committed to finding out.
What year was this? Oh, Lord. Or around
1999, maybe?
maybe
Was it that late?
7 or 8.
No, because I was here in '98.
Yeah.
So that's how long we've had a partnership with Dave
Yeah.
Stroud.
Yeah.
It's a long
Yeah.
time.
We're '97.
It was a long time ago, because that was my first voice lesson, and I was scared to death, and I was in my 40s, I will say that. So it's been a while. And it was hard for me to do that kind of work, but it was
Well, it's
definitely
just
worth
the
it.
fact that she was the type of personality that she had that would allow her to go and do something like that. And not for her personal edification, although it turns out to be that way, that's okay. But because of what she felt like was the responsibility she had to all of you as students. And, I mean, otherwise we were just gonna flop around like a fish. I was kind of, I got it, but I couldn't do it. That was the problem. I understood what was happening, but I didn't know how to make it work in my own voice. And my job here was to teach you guys how to do that. And that was where the cognitive dissonance was happening for us. And she is the one that took that personal initiative to kick that first ball.
She
What I
was,
have to
And
say
that's
about
why
her,
we do what
she
we
was
do.
so successful, she had too many students, and we had to hire another teacher.
Right?
yep.
Both of them started in the closet too, by the
We
way.
did, we
Anybody
did,
that starts in Southwest College starts in the closet.
in the hall.
Go down by
I had a,
the Red Stewart
remember boom
studio,
boxes?
Like
in
literally
the
in
hall,
the closet.
and there was
Or in
a
the hall.
little
In the hall,
closet there that we kept tapes and stuff
Yeah.
in.
that's
Well,
what I
Lisa
thought.
could do that one because she could fit in it. I
Well,
had-
Lisa had a student that was a
That could not fit in.
fairly large student, and both of them couldn't fit in there, so she had to have the lesson with the door open.
Yeah, I couldn't shut the door and get me and her in there at the same time. So we taught the door open.
Good
What
on
I
you.
wanna say about Mickey is that, Jay said it was in her personality, it's not in her personality.
What I meant to say was, yeah,
She got
In her
way
middle.
outside her comfort zone, she went off on a plane by herself for the first time
Yes.
to Los Angeles.
Had to rent a car,
It was terrifying.
had to work a TomTom GPS, remember those?
It was terrifying, but it was that important to her. Because she's gonna mess with your voices. And that is a personal thing.
Yep.
And we don't wanna mess it up, she don't wanna mess it up. And I'm thankful, Carrie just said, hey, we've got this, he called me one day, said, hey, you wanna come to work? And I said, well, when do you need me? I don't know, a couple of hours.
11,
Yeah, 11. And I said, I've never had a voice lesson in my life, don't know what I'm doing. So we got this book. And the book says ma, but there's a way you have to do the ma. And that is what Mickey sought after. And we are all eternally grateful and better singers, all of us.
it changed everybody's
It
lives.
changed all of our lives.
And it also created a department that is absolutely unique, at least in Texas. Nobody was doing what we were doing. And I mean nobody.
as an offshoot of that, we were, like I say, Lisa was teaching in a little tiny closet. We had a guitar instructor that was teaching in a closet, and we had been trying to talk the administration in to somehow get us a bigger building. We were out of space. We had too many students and not enough space. So one time the president of the college was walking down the hall by the Red Stewart. Lisa's door was open, and the guitar instructor had a student that was a big old cowboy whose foot was out in the hall. And the president of the college almost tripped over that guy's foot. And next thing you know, we added a 13,000 square foot addition to our building.
Tripping the president is the way to go.
Yeah. When in doubt, trick the president.
Yeah.
Needs to be on a shirt.
We had, I think